Hi guys, welcome back to Cheers. Today I have a full face of samples video for you. Today literally this entire face was created with all the sample products that I've been accumulating for the past few years, and I always wanted to use the samples, but I just never felt like there was a right time to test it out. So I just basically gathered all the samples that I have and just picked out a few products here and there at random and decided to test them out for you and myself on camera today. So if you are interested in what samples I tried out and my thoughts and opinions on the product and the ones that I recommend that you pass on or buy, then just keep watching. To start, I'm gonna go in this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation that I got from Sephora. So there's about 4 different shades that this tester kit came with, and I think I'm gonna go for the 5.5 and the 9. Oh, I think this one's too dark for me. Yeah, that's definitely, well, maybe I can use it to like kind of shade the outer part since I already opened it. But this is definitely a bit on the darker side for me, if you can see that. It doesn't really, oh, it just smells kind of like sunscreen. Like the name would suggest of this foundation, it is really silky. I assume that it has like some silicones in it or something. I'm gonna go in the number 2. I think this will be too bright for me, but we shall see. Like, that looks pretty light in comparison to my skin, but we shall see. Oh, and do you see how it's like dripping down? That's pretty watery in consistency. Like, and then this is probably just gonna go in my brighter areas because it is on the lighter side. Ooh, it's super watery in consistency. I've never dealt with a foundation this silky or watery before, so this is an interesting thing for me. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in with my Morphe sponge here, just kind of blend everything out. It's blending pretty easily. Coverage wise, because maybe it's on the lighter side, it's not doing like an amazing job, but this was my first and only light layer that I applied, so I'm gonna go in with another layer to try and cover up some of the hyperpigmentation areas that I'm seeing. So going back into number 2. I really like the consistency though. If this shade kind of fit me better, I would definitely want to give that a try in terms of seeing how well the coverage is for me and seeing how that compares to like what I got in terms of the samples from Sephora online. Obviously, if I went to Sephora in person, then I would have been able to pick the exact shade that I wanted to give a try, but this was just an online order, so they gave me like the go-to sample availability. Since I didn't get, I wasn't able to find a bronzer sample, I'm planning on going in one of the darker colors from the foundation set that they gave me and trying to use that as my contour so that this can be an actual full face of samples video. But because it's so silky and watery, I'm not sure how well it will do in terms of contour. The only type of cream contour I've done is like creams or concealers, so the consistency there is a bit thicker. I'm gonna go in the color 14 for my contour shade and see how that works. Super dark for me. And then I think this will work better with a buffering brush. So. Something that I do notice though, that because it is watery, is that like it's not concentrating on like the center, but it's kind of smudging out a bit too much for me. So if it was like a thicker consistency, I think it would have been a little bit easier to deal with, but it's okay. I look so ridiculous right now. Definitely gonna have to go back into the lighter shade and just kind of buff it out a bit. To keep the contour going, I'm gonna go back into 5.5. Kind of like blend it in and give it a gradient effect. But hey, one thing I am learning from the multiple applications on my cheek area is that this is a very buildable foundation, so I'm kind of liking that right now. Going back with whatever product is left on the brush and just kind of re-contouring my cheek. Okay, that looks way better. Oh, that was a hot mess earlier. And then gonna dip into a little bit, very ever so slightly, back onto this darker 14 shade to contour a bit of my nose. It might have been better earlier if I diffused it a bit on the back of my hand like I'm doing now. and then go into it. It's a learning process, guys. Definitely easier to blend out this way. But yeah, foundation, I'm really liking it. Kind of am curious to see how it will last on my skin while I apply the other items that I have here for you guys. I'm also going to use the bronzer shade to deepen my eyes. But anyways, ever since I started this channel with Chanel, the amount of foundation that I have is not okay now. Like before then, I'd literally only have just like one foundation that I would use, and now I think I have like, I think I have 9 foundations on my vanity. That's not okay. And it's not okay that I want to buy another one, but I do. But they all have different purposes, so I'm telling myself it's okay. Now that I am done with my foundation, I am gonna go in the YSL All Hours Concealer. I think I'm gonna go in for the Ivory shade. They have Ivory, Natural, Golden, and Mocha. I think I'm kind of in between Ivory and Beige, but since I want, I'm going to use this as like kind of a highlighter as well, since I don't have a highlighter for you either. I'm gonna go in Ivory. It's a bit thicker in terms of consistency, obviously, because it's concealer, but you can see that. Pretty good coverage from what I can see so far. It isn't settling too much into the fine lines on my hands, as long as I blend it out really well, obviously. Let's see how it does on the creases of my eyes though. I'm gonna go in with this Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques and just buff it into my eyes. Not a bad match actually, this is the lightest shade. I wish it was a little bit lighter though, to kind of like pop some areas. It has really good coverage though, my goodness. There's some hyperpigmentation I hear here in certain areas on my face from acne that I've been dealing with lately, so I'm gonna go in the concealer to cover those areas. And it is covering it up quite nicely. I hope it doesn't give it that dry feeling that some concealers get. Like me with the ColourPop concealer, that just does not work for me because it's just way too drying on my eyes. So like throughout the day, I'm just like, my eyes feel like it's a desert. I know it's like been the rave for a lot of YouTubers, but I couldn't handle it. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go in with this Chanel eyeshadow sample that I got from Nordstrom. And it's just a very neutral, like everyday shadow palette. It's less less for ombres, or if I wanted to be a little bit more suave, maybe. I don't know how to say for in French. So lait for ombre. It has like a film over the shadow part, and then you just peel it back to unleash the shadows. And I'm gonna go in this lighter taupe shade first for my crease shade. I'm interested to see how, ooh, interesting. It's just kind of like how it comes off. Interesting, right? Now it's on my brush. Oh, the color is pretty. Ooh, I really like this color. I'd use this like literally every day, especially for my more neutral looks. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the YSL concealer is already starting to kind of crease a little bit. I wonder if it'll be better once I kind of set it with a powder after I finish my eye makeup up. I've been eyeing that YSL concealer for a while, so I was like kind of hoping it'll work. But right now I'm really loving this hem concealer that I got from Yes Style, so I'm not like super hurt or like upset that the YSL is not working because it's more expensive, and this hem doesn't really crease on me, and it's just like super watery in consistency. I really like it. Chanel actually recently just purchased it too. This color is really nice though. I'm digging this. And then to darken the area, I'm gonna go in this like mauve shade here and use that on my outer V area. To be honest though, although I really like the colors here and I'm sure they will last quite a long time on my lids, throughout the day. I don't think I would buy the Chanel eyeshadow just because I am so particular with ColourPop's eyeshadows. Like, not only do they last such a long time and not only are they super pigmented, but the price point, you just can't beat it. Oh, but this shadow look I think I really like, guys. I can't buy more neutral shadows though. I have like way too many palettes that are just neutrals. Oh, but I really like this palette. I can't buy it, guys. I can't. I shouldn't. Okay, and then with this like light color here, I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight. Ooh, that's really pretty too though. And my Aegyosar highlight. And then I'm going to take another Clean Deluxe crease brush and just kind of clean up the outer edges here. Because Chanel's the Master Blender. I'm just like a messy slob when it comes to my eyeshadow. So I gotta cheat and do it this way. I'm gonna go in my Morphe M124 brush and dip into this dark shade right here to do my brows. Because I don't have a brow product. Ooh. And luckily, this matches my brows pretty accurately. Okay, and then still going back into my Morphe M124 brush, I'm going to use this to line my eyes as well. I'm a really big fan of this palette. Blending is pretty good. I like how all the colors just go really well together. I love the first two colors that I used. I think out of all the colors, I'd probably use that like light color the least amount. The darkest brown, I definitely use it for like if I wanted a darker like outer V, use that, as well as like the eyeliner that I'm using right now. And it's also really versatile because I'm using it for my brows as well. And buildability is also good on this one. Now I'm gonna go in with my IT Cosmetics On-Tug Waterproof Anti-Aging Gel Liner. And it's cool because it has like a little twisty top. And then with my MAC straight liner brush from MAC, I think it's like 212. I'm going to smudge out that black liner since it is a gel formula. And it's smudging out quite nicely. If you want to see what the consistency like is here on the back of my hand. And it's not that easy to smudge out, so it's gonna be sticking by ya. Picked up some product on my brush and I'm gonna try it out this way for application. Oh, that's not bad either. It just leaves like a little bit less of a harsh line because you're already smudging it onto the back of your hand first and then picking up the product there onto your brush and then applying it onto your lid. So this side, but I did kind of smudge it out a little bit, but the line here, as you can see, hopefully, is a little bit darker than this side. I think I like this side better. I don't usually do this, but for today's video, I'm going to also tightline my eye. Okay, and with my Shu Uemura, which is not a sample, I'm gonna curl my lashes. Oh, interesting. So because I tightlined my eyes with the gel liner, it almost is acting like a mascara, and it's having like the base of my lashes actually have a tackiness to it already. I usually always use a waterproof mascara, otherwise my eyelashes just always flop down. But samples don't come with waterproof mascaras usually, so I'm just gonna go with what I got, and that is the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. Ooh, she thick! Look at that. She's a thickums. There's a lot of product on here. But because it's so thick, it's a little bit difficult for me at least to work with this brush and get the product on it. Ooh, but between these eyes, this one is looking full and glamorous. I like working with skinnier mascara brushes because I like to be a little bit more detailed with my lashes and be able to get into like certain crevices, but because this is so thick, that's a little bit more difficult to do. Okay, yeah, the lashes are starting to come down on this side. Not so much on this side because I think my gel liner, it was a little bit more on the right side on the lash roots than my left side, and so it's really helping the lashes stay up on my right eye. Okay, I'm taking off some product here because there was like just too much product on this brush. Okay, now it's getting too clumpy. It got too clumpy. I'm not a fan of this brush. I don't recommend it. This is what my lashes look like right now. Zoom you guys in. I mean, it got kind of clumpy. I'm more of a fan of like a lengthening mascara and then kind of layering it to volumize it, or doing a lengthening mascara and then a volumizing mascara on top if I really, really want that extra oomph. So just going straight in with a volumizing mascara, I'm not liking it so much. And even in like the before and after picture on this Damn Girl, it looks really clumpy on this eye. And I'm just not a big fan of that clumped look. But for sure, it is very volumizing. This obviously doesn't hold a curl as well as my Make Long and Curl mascara from Heroine, the Japanese brand that Chanel and I are obsessed with. So far, out of everything that I've tried, I've liked everything so far, but I do not recommend, at least for me, this 24-hour mascara from Too Faced. Next, I'm gonna go in with the It Cosmetic Bye Bye Pores Illumination Pressed Powder. Packaging is really well done because it's difficult for me to open. There we go. And, oh! Okay, cool. I'm a mess right now. Do you see this right now? Oh! Okay, well, I'll clean that up later. Anyways, so this pressed powder comes with a little puff, and it looks like this. Ooh. It kind of like blends it together. I'm liking it so far. I'm trying to taking the product and making sure that I don't have too much on my puff and putting it onto my hand first before applying it to my face. Oh, it's really helping with the creasing quite a bit. I just don't usually do powders because I find it to be over drying, but right now it doesn't feel dry at all. I really like this. I think I might get this. Okay, and then also here. And I don't want too much shine on my forehead, so I'm gonna apply some here. It's kind of helping me look brighter in my eye area that I kind of wanted from the concealer that I wasn't able to get from the concealer. So this is like a nice shortcut. And it's supposed to be a Bye Bye Pores thing, so I'm gonna apply it on my pores and see how that works. Let me zoom you guys in. Pores like around this area. So let's see how it works there. Ooh, it did fill it in. My gosh, guys, I really like this. I think I'm gonna get it. I do need to kind of highlight my nose though. Yeah, that worked. And I think I'm going to go also into the Chanel and go in that lightest color. Because it looks like it has a bit of shimmer to it. And just highlight that a little bit. I'm gonna go in this bareMinerals Bounce and Blur blush in the color Mauve Sunrise. I'm going in with my buffing brush from Real Techniques and just buffing it into my face. Ooh, cute. That's a cute color. This is making my cheeks look really rosy. And I love how it has some shimmer on it, so it does create like a luminosity to your blush look. And lastly, I'm gonna go in this Hourglass lip color in the color Activist. It has like a vanilla-y scent, and it has a slight sheen to the lips. It's like this really pretty mauvey berry color. Ooh, I really like this color. It goes really well with the bareMinerals blush, I think. Hey, it's not so bad. So I think after using all these products, the ones that I definitely recommend, the Chanel eyeshadow, I think the colors work together really, really well. So if you're looking for a quick grab with only a few colors that you really need for like an everyday look, it'd be a great palette to have. The Giorgio Armani foundation, because in areas that I didn't put the powder on, it doesn't look like it's having a lot of luminosity to it, like I thought it would. I do like the light silky texture of it, but I think I'd save my money on it and do a pass and just kind of stick with what I have. I think I like the YSL Touche Eclat. I think that's what it's called, foundation better. It creates more luminosity to your skin. It has like slightly better coverage as well and is still quite buildable. So pass on that. YSL All Hours Concealer. It has a really high coverage to it. So if you're looking for something with a really high coverage concealer for your under eyes or like spot correcting some areas on your face, that might be good for you. But because it did crease up under my eyelids, I think I'm going to personally pass on it. I'm just going to continue using the Sem concealer because I've been really enjoying that. It has a great coverage. It's a little bit more watery in consistency, which is what I like. And it doesn't crease up too much for me. And I don't necessarily need to go in with a powder for it to make sure that it stays in place. And I'm all about just like not adding on more products if possible. Bye Pores. Really like this. I think I'm gonna have to get it. It really did help with like covering up the pores. My face looks like the texture looks really good and smooth after I applied the powder. I think for the No-Tug eyeliner, I think I prefer liquid liners, especially my Heroine Make one, so I'm going to pass on this one. If you like working with pencils more, this is a great option because it is a gel consistency, so it's not going to smudge as much as like a different eyeliner. For instance, usually if I use an eyeliner, I just have been lately going in with like this Estee Lauder one, and although it glides on really smoothly, I do notice that it smudges a lot. This one, it didn't glide on as nicely as my Estee Lauder one, but it's like, I have a feeling like it's sticking, like to the point that it made my eyelashes feel like it already had mascara on it before I applied the mascara. bareMinerals, really like this color. Love the rosy, like berry color that it has going on along with the shimmer. So I'm gonna consider buying it, but I really love the Milani Baked blushes as well, which do have a similar color as well as the shimmer in it too. So in terms of price point, the Milani has the bareMinerals beat, but I don't know, I just really love how this looks on my skin today, so I'll consider getting it depending on the price point. And the Hourglass, I'm not sure how much this is. I'll have to look it up later, but I love this color. Like it's nudie, but not super nudie. Like it has just amount of like great pink coverage to it on your lips that I think is very flattering, especially for this neutral everyday look. So I'm going to consider getting this as well. Depending on the price point. I really enjoy the consistency of it. It's not too shiny. It has like a velvet shimmer to it is what I want to say. And it's not matte, so it's not drying, because I hate dry lips. So I'm really digging this consistency. So I think out of everything, for sure, I'm going to get the poreless powder. Definitely gonna pass on the Damn Girl, and I will consider getting the bareMinerals and Hourglass lip products. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have tried any of these products, and let me know your thoughts and opinions on them. And if you have a different product that you'd like me or Chanel to try out, also leave that in the comment section below so that we can try it out for you, so we can maybe save you a bit of money on buying that full product for yourself. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell to see more content like this. And as always, cheers to a good week. Bye guys!